gotta shut this shit off.
And I do have Wu-Tang tattoo.
Yeah, that's good. Your beard's getting bushy, dude.
It's getting long.
Yeah. Looks good.
I almost shaved it off this weekend.
I'm surprised you haven't. You've been talking about it.
Trying to let it go. Trying to be patient.
Why?
Because I feel like I always regret it after I do shave it off. Yeah. There's enough people that are like, don't shave it, that I'm like, maybe.
Yeah, fuck other people.
Maybe this is the look.
Fuck other people.
For a while.
I think, like I said, you can transform pretty well.
Yeah. It's also cold out. So
it is cold. It's fucking
freezing. I don't mind it being there for that.
I feel like it's about to go away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the other day, talking about patience, I pulled up to a light and I was behind somebody. They were going straight. I wanted to go right behind them. And somebody comes flying up behind me and starts laying on the horn, you know, because they wanted to go right. And I don't think they saw that there was a vehicle in front of me, obviously blocking my ability to go right. So this guy is honking, and I'm just looking like I'm not going to let it bother me. Not going to let it bother me. And keeps going, keeps honking, to the point where the person in front of me starts pulling up thinking I'm honking at them, right? So eventually they pull up enough that I can get on the side of them. So I pull up, but then I stop, put it in park. You know, I was pretty irritated.
Yeah.
And they put their window down, put mine down, and they're looking. You know, it's like an older guy.
Yeah.
And
so the guy that was in front of you?
This is the guy that was in front of me. Yeah, he's in a truck. You know, I have an SUV and I'm behind him. And the guy behind me is in a smaller car, couldn't see. So by the time we all pull up and I'm on the side, obviously he realizes that
it's not you.
Yeah. And so anyways, I already had the window going down and so did they. And they look at me, you know, I'm like, sorry, it wasn't me. It was that fucking asshole. And I hop out and I'm looking and you know, he does the, like, I'm sorry. Yeah. Like, realized he was being impatient. And, you know, so I get back in, wave to them, and go. And driving down the road and just got to thinking about, you know, and this applies to many things I think about often while I'm driving because, you know, I drive to Detroit and back every day.
Yeah.
And some pretty terrible driving out there.
Oh, yeah.
So it just reminded me like that one guy being impatient, literally having to wait like a minute, right? For the light to turn green. He's already going
to have to wait at the light. Yeah.
Yeah. So like that having to wait for a minute could have transpired in some situations to like someone getting out of their car to confront him. You know, the person in front of me thought I was honking at him. That could have had them confronting me over something I wasn't even worried about. And it just got me thinking about like the chain of events or reactions to things and how like in the right situation with somebody having a real bad day or something going on, like that could have changed into a whole different type of scenario really quick, you know? And it just made me think about how much people affect each other with like such small things that like, had I not had awareness to that and thought about like what was going on and how that was getting me pissed off as I'm driving just a few minutes after, like, could have been worse. Something bad could have happened to someone there. And, those things affect people for the day, right? Like that was after work. So I was decompressing. Like I could have had a bad day at work and that could have, like, I was pretty upset when the dude was honking at me. It was just making me more angry because he keeps honking.
Yeah.
And, you know, if it was a worse day, who knows what the reaction could have been for any of the people there.
Well, it's,
you know?
let alone, like, not just for you.
Right.
Right. Like somebody who doesn't give a shit what happens.
That's what I'm saying.
At the end of the day.
That's what I'm saying. You know,
like somebody who doesn't care about going to jail, who doesn't care about, you know, walking up to your and kicking your window in.
Right. And we all know how that would go, right? So it's like,
exactly.
You know, it just had me there. It had me thinking about, you know, people really do affect each other in such a larger, more significant way than I think they think about. And had that been in the morning, that could upset somebody for the remainder of the day. Like just getting that much of a adrenaline and cortisol rush could like have you in a negative place all day long.
Yeah.
And I don't think enough people are conscientious and aware. And I wish that the world was a little bit more mindful.
Yeah. A little less shitty.
Yeah. I mean, it's all the time. People want to merge into a lane, but then don't want to block people from merging in when they have, if they're signaling to get over and all that. And it just, on the road is a place that I really think about it and see in action with my own eyes how people are towards each other. And it's a shame that people will let their drive to a place affect them so deeply, where you got people driving crazy to get somewhere and you end up pulling up on the same light as them, even though they flew by you 5 minutes ago. And it's like, what is it worth it if something bad happens? If you hurt yourself,
no, but
somebody
they're not,
else.
Nobody's thinking about that in the time, right? So,
Yeah.
I mean, I have the same problems. Some guys like I forget to turn my blinker on. Some guys fucking pissed. Like it happens here all the time. They blink. My first reaction is like, I'm gonna come around the next corner and I'm gonna T-bone your truck. And then I'm like, no, I'm not gonna do that because it's fucking crazy.
Right.
But like, it obviously bothers me. It's like, to your point, the ripple effects. Like, obviously, you drop, like, you are the main drop in any decision that you make, especially when there's other people around you, and that ripple effect goes out. Like, now all of a sudden you're having a shitty day and you go home and you unknowingly like are pissed off around your kids or whatever, and they don't know what's going on, so it makes them upset. Like, the ripple effects, they go out really far.
Oh yeah.
And so that's why we say, it's like, change it.
Somebody's bad.
It's hard. Like, just do a good thing instead of, like, first of all, it's a privilege for us to be able to drive anywhere and get somewhere that took fucking 5 days in 2 hours.
Right.
Like, but we're all susceptible to it because we're all in a rush.
Yeah.
All the time, everywhere we go. Like, I gotta rush out of here and I gotta go help over there and I gotta stop and go get milk on the way home. And it's like, I'm like out of time, always out of time.
Yeah.
But it's our responsibility to find the time.
Yeah.
Wake up a little earlier.
I've started like on that drive, I started just setting cruise control. Yeah. Because I'm like, I'm watching my time and I've timed it out a few times to see like where I land, depending on how, what time it is when I leave and then what speed I drive to get there. And there's maybe a 10 to 15 minute difference between me driving faster or not at any given time.
Dude.
And it's just like, one person in a bad mood on the road can affect 20 or 30 or 40 other people that then their day, they're elevated and angry about some situation on the road. And that's just like driving, which is not much, but then those people are also interacting in the world. And like you said, there's a ripple effect from people interacting on the phone to businesses that they go into, driving on the road. And I think it's just important that people remember that and try to have more patience within themselves, and maybe that can ripple out as opposed to waiting for other people to do it first. Like, we kind of have to be the change to see it,
So like, if you're, there's one thing that I like to do where it's like, if I notice that somebody is being real shitty, like, or they're trying to like put something on me, like honking at me or whatever.
Yeah.
When I'm obviously not doing anything, first of all, I laugh it all off because I know that person typically, as a calm, like, conversation, if I had just met them like at a gathering, they wouldn't be acting like that. Like, they're acting like that because potentially somebody rippled their day into a shitty aspect. So what I like to do is just make sure that, like, when that happens, obviously keep calm. Sometimes I go off the rails and come back, but then it just reminds me to do something good for somebody. Like, you have to choose to be the good ripple. If somebody else, if you're noticing somebody else, it helps you. And then the next time it comes, it's like, oh, I got to do got to make sure that I do a good thing.
Well, that reminds me too. There was a situation a couple of years ago, I think I told you about, where somebody was being rude on the road where I live, and I got to the job site, and this dude's on my job site. And I'm like, this guy has no idea.
Yeah.
I could throw him off of this site right now just cause.
Yeah.
And, I didn't do that. I let those kinds of things go, but it's just funny. You never know who's on the road. I've seen multiple people on the road that I found out later were who they were and how there was some sort of connection, maybe like through work, contractually or something. Yeah. And it's like, you have no idea who is out there and who you're affecting.
Yeah. I mean, dude, there's examples all the time. I literally just went to Izzy's. I mean, I guess it was a couple weeks ago with Nate. I stopped in and grabbed some lobster bits because it's fucking great. And as I'm pulling in, it's like a one drive and you can hardly get in and out. I'm pulling in. I'm trying to find a spot. This dude's laying on the horn, laying on it. I'm like, what is your deal? And I pull in the parking lot and I walk into Izzy's and I'm aware. I see him park at the liquor store and I see him see me go into Izzy's and he like stops for a second. And then I go in and he's slowly walking up and he gets in there and you can see he's like, fuck, like I honked at this guy.
Oh yeah.
And then, I pay and I turn over to the guy and I was like, we should probably remove your horn from your car, huh? And he's like, dude, and he's an older guy. And I was like, dude, come on, like chill out.
Yeah.
It's okay. Look we're in the same spot. I've already paid before you. Like, it's okay.
Yeah.
And them at Izzy's are like, what is going on?
Right.
I'm like, just have a good day, dude. Try to have a good day.
Yeah.
And I turned around and walked out. I was like, just why?
Yeah.
Nate was like, what did you say to that guy? And he's like, did you cuss him out? I was like, no, I told him to have a good day. Yeah. Just try. Just try to be nice to people.
What are you so mad at? Yeah.
I don't even know you, dude. You're fucking honking at me for no reason.
Right.
But it happens all day, every day.
All the time.
Like, if I'm in an emergency situation, I don't give a fuck who's on the road.
Yeah.
I'll hit the curbs.
Right.
I'll wrap around.
And I think that's a
whole different
given,
thing.
But yeah.
And I've had to, I had to raise my dad when dude, I probably gave him another stroke. When my dad had a stroke, I fired up a siren app, cranked my fucking radio in my Buick and took off like 110 from Manchester to Chelsea and didn't stop.
Yeah.
And a cop fucking rolling up behind me. I was like, don't care. Fucking whipped into the hospital, got him in. And, but I mean, again, like I didn't give a shit. I'm not hurting anybody.
Yeah. Well, you're supposed to throw a shirt out the window too. Like a white shirt if you got one.
I didn't have a white shirt.
I believe is what it is.
I don't know. I put my hazards on and I was gone.
Yeah.
But I also drove that car there's a picture of it pretty wrecked, which I might put up
somewhere
there. I'll switch to the other camera.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I shouldn't have been driving that fast. I told my dad. My dad's like, you give me, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
It's like, slow down. I was like, shut up.
Yeah.
But anyways.
I think that's understandable,
Yeah, but otherwise,
situation.
And I was also young then, but I'd assess, is it smarter to,
yeah. And then,
but maybe the solution is we just get horse and buggy again.
I'd be down.
Make people.
I would be so
get
down.
Up at 2 a.m. to go to their jobs.
I'd be so down to ride a horse.
Yeah, I would
be down
too.
for it.
Yeah, I've always thought about it. And man, if I could just ride a horse to work. But then I sometimes work from here. So
yeah, I mean, I wish I was out west on a ranch. It'd be great.
You say that, but cowboying's fucking tough, dude.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd be wanting to do that all the time.
Yeah, well, it'd
be fun to get down.
But I guess you get in your own ranch or whatever, you still got a cowboy.
Yeah,
it's just those are some
depending
tough
on the scale, right?
Dude.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
but I mean, I grew up with horses, and
yeah, we did too.
I definitely miss that. I'd like to.
We still go up horseback riding and stuff in in Ludington or whatever. I just wish it was funny because they put me on one and I was ahead of everybody. I was in the very start and I'm waiting and waiting. You do the walking and I'm like, can we go a little faster? And the lady's like, well, no. And I was looked behind me and it was my mom who grew up riding horses, Carmer, who grew up riding horses, dad ran horses. And Cass, who's ridden horses.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, can we go a little faster? And she's like, well, you guys, and I was like, we've all rode for forever. Like,
Mm-hmm.
let's get this moving. I don't like the scenery's cool. We can slow down for the cool parts, but like, let's get these guys going.
Yeah.
And then we started moving. And
It's
at
like,
the end, it was like a quick takeoff.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, okay, well, the horses know you guys can go back. And I was like, hell yeah, let's go, buddy. It took off.
Sweet.
So yeah, it was fun, but they don't, I mean, obviously for insurance reasons and all that stuff, they're not going to let you.
Yeah, liability and all that. But horse is like a diesel engine, man. You got to open it up.
Yeah, dude.
Gotta let that thing open up sometimes, man.
Yeah, it was fun. Yeah, Carmer felt bad. He got on one, and he was, this horse was a big boy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, his like width was like here.
Mm-hmm.
Carmer had just gotten hip surgery.
Oh.
Carmer was like, I'm sorry, I can't ride him.
Yeah.
He like petted him. He's like, oh, you gotta go.
Yeah.
He got on a smaller guy, but
yeah.
I miss riding. It's fun.
Yeah.
Ton of fun. When's the last time you rode?
It's been a few years, man. Been a few years, probably.
You get the kids up there.
Teens.
They do charge
late teens. Yeah, rode a bull. Late teens also. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Started thinking about doing that out in they got like a whole rodeo thing out in Adrian, which we should go to sometime.
Yeah.
Just all the whole group should go out there.
It'd be fun.
Because it's literally like you could walk up and be like, I want to ride the bull.
Yeah. And
then you get fucked up. But me and Quentin were going to start doing it. And there was a guy who's going to start teaching me Western riding out there. You ever been to Scott Colburn's Western Wear? You should go there.
I've heard about it, but I haven't been over there.
Yeah, it's like a old school. I got like one of their custom hats from up there that Rest is still made, which I love.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like a mom and pop one. I don't even know if it's still around.
I think it is. I know a year or two ago I had looked it up and it was still there.
Yeah. But she gave me a number for an old head that worked out, like owns one of the ranches like right in Adrian. She's like, everybody else teaches English and he's the only one I know that teaches Western. I was like, well, that's what I want. I want to ride fucking English.
Yeah.
So
cool.
Yeah.
Should check it out this summer.
Yeah, we should do it. We should go out to
I'd really like to you know, and if anybody knows of any place, let me know. I'd like to get a local ranch that I can get to myself and the boys and my kids out there, and
yeah, we can find some.
Go do some work.
There's a bunch.
I'd like to be every weekend, taking them so that they can go do work like I used to do growing up.
Well,
and then be able to go ride.
Yeah, sometimes you can't. They'll do deals with you. You find the right person, but there's quite a few out in Grass Lake. I think Cass knows a few too. The Bad Project is about finding those small distractions that keep you moving when life tries to pin you down. That's what our gear stands for. They're reminders you can wear, carry, and share to push through those hard days. Every shirt, every hat, every sticker helps spread the message. When you're wearing it, you're not just buying our merch, you're backing the mission. We're building more than just a brand. As we roll out Bad activity events, your support helps make them possible. With new drops, holiday specials, and surprises always around the corner, we really are just getting started. If you want to go even deeper, hit our new Patreon for Bad Thoughts episodes, bonus content, behind the scenes, and a closer seat in this community we're building. We're even doing giveaways. So check out the gear at thebadproject.com, hit our Patreon, and follow us on all the socials to stay locked in. This movement's only growing, and you're going to be a part of it. Thanks for everything you guys are doing. Love you all. Every crew's got that one guy who shows up late, drinks gas station mud, and wonders why he feels like trash by lunch. Don't be that guy. Construction Coffee Co. isn't cheap sludge. It's small batch coffee roasted to keep you moving when everyone else is crying about their backs. Smooth enough to sit black, strong enough to keep you upright when your foreman's breathing down your neck. Fuck that guy. And yeah, they've got gear too. Shirts, hats, workwear built tough enough for the job site, not that pajama junk your apprentice wears. This stuff actually holds up when you're crawling through mud or hanging steel. They're there for you to roast beans and roast you, just like you do with your buddies on the job, because that's the culture. Talk trash, laugh hard, and get it done. Construction Coffee Co. Clock in, drink up, shut up. Go to constructioncoffeeco.com to get yours.
Cass & Co. Upscale Thrift is redefining resale. Think timeless fashion, luxury brands, and curated pieces, all at prices that let you stay stylish without the splurge. Whether you're hunting for vintage classics or this season's designer staples, we'll make high-end accessible. Dress like you own the runway for a fraction of the price. Things
Yeah,
that have been,
sorry, we just keep getting off track. Yeah,
things that have been repeating for me, it seems like in the last couple of weeks, are patience. And I see it when I'm lacking patience within myself, you know, and I see it people around me when they're lacking patience, and I'm not perfect at it. I definitely lose my temper. I definitely get angrier faster sometimes than I'd like to. And so it's like a constant thing that I think gets brought to my attention, you know, to just work on it.
Yeah.
Try and be better. And gratitude, you know, I've always tried to go through gratitude in my mind, especially like when I'm getting up and setting intentions for the day, because, you know, that's, I think, a good starting point for anything is to appreciate what you have. And I definitely think we all focus on things that are nice or that we'd want to have and that kind of thing. But most of those types of things can be traced back to vanity of some sort, you know, like just ego rooted, materialistic, whatever you want to call it. So I struggle with like anybody else with wanting different things and all that. And I feel like I'm reminded often to be grateful, you know?
Yeah, I think I agree. I mean, it's been like that for the last like few weeks for me. I'm trying to pay attention to it because I've spent a while not having to go into work every day and being able to like work full time out on all this stuff, and things don't work in the time frame that you want them to.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people might need to hear that. Like the time frame that you create doesn't mean that it's going to work out in that time. You can strive for it and like use that as a goal for sure, but understand that goalpost might be a little bit further away.
Oh yeah.
Don't let it deter you, and like don't let it break you down and make you think that it's not going to work. But like it takes some time.
Yeah.
And so I've had to like go back and do a bunch of jobs, and I'm like randomly doing them, like trying to fit them in wherever possible. So I'm making some kind of income, so that way we can keep things going, and I can still pay my bills. But it reminds me that it brings to light that there were some times where I wasn't so like grateful of the situation that I was in, which helps me for the next time, right? Like the next time we have a bigger payday, I'll be able to come out here and be like, no, like it's a reminder when you have 2 years almost, like about a year and a half of not having to be at the job site every single day. Like there were some times obviously in the last
but
overall I was capable of being here, and there were some times where I was complacent. There were some times where I was like, I don't feel like it, you know, and I was dealing with some other depression issues and all that stuff. However, it's funny when you have to get back how much that depression and how much that anxiety pushes to a whole different level. Like it kind of diminishes when you're moving around and you're having to work on things throughout the day.
It's because you're taking action.
Exactly. So, which is the point, right? But it's like even working over at my buddy's house, like doing the flooring.
Yeah.
Like, did it suck to be on my knees for 10 hours? Yeah. I mean, it was cool.
He likes it.
It was cool. I mean, it was like cool because me and him were working together on it, but like, am I wrecked now? Yeah. But at the same time, I still have a better drive to come out here and do things. And like, I'm still coming up with all of our more merch and all of this stuff. Like, even though I'm like, my time is all weird, I'm still trying to make sure that I have the gratitude of like,
it's still a choice.
I still get to do this.
Yeah, it's still a choice. You know, that's the thing I think that keeps bringing that to like my reality, you know, over and over, is that even the bad stuff, good, bad, ugly, whatever, I'd say 99% of the time, 95% of the time, have gotten to wherever we're at based on decisions we've made or not made. And most of the time we're in a place that we have gotten ourselves to, you know. I definitely think that there are circumstances where life happens to you and it is out of your
you're
control,
dealt cards that you can't
but control. immediately when something happens, we have choices in how we perceive things, choose to look at things, and speak over things, including
Your attitude
ourselves.
with
Right.
yeah.
And I think that most of us are in a place that we've gotten ourselves to. And a lot of those times it's places we've wanted to be, even if we're unhappy with the circumstance when we get there, and we wish it was better, wish it could be different. We've chosen to participate in whatever set actions are to get us there, or thoughts, and I think that everything changes, and we can all change where we're at mentally or physically. We all have power over that choice. And I think the anxiety and a lot of depression comes from not being where you want to be and not knowing what to do to get there. And I don't know the quote, but I read something this past week that was essentially saying that there's no difference between somebody with extreme anxiety or not, other than the person that is working through that anxiety and it's less than is because they're making decisions in their life. And so the key to anxiety are decisions and actions.
Well, there's that
it eliminates the what if, the what ifs that create so much anxiety. When you start engaging in something, what the possible outcomes of that are, and it lowers the what if, which creates so much turmoil, so
that's like that Alex Hormozy quote that I, botched the last time. I couldn't remember exactly what it was. It might've been even with Matt, but it's like anxiety is having so many choices and so many decisions that you don't know what to do. And depression is not having any. It's like the waiting period in between.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I definitely fall privy to the not having the gratitude and like not being thankful all the time. But I don't know. I just, obviously it's as we are. I was just talking to somebody about this, and it's like the nature of like how we're a throw it away society now. Like anything I get, it doesn't, like, because I'm capable of buying it again, it's hard to like attach that gratitude to something. And I don't like attaching, like, how do I put that? I don't like attaching meaning to like stuff,
right?
So much, but there is value in some of the stuff that I buy. It's just like you try not to fall into that.
Yeah, I mean, we take a lot for granted here.
So much.
I remember being young with my great-grandparents who lived through the Depression, and they'd save foil.
Yeah.
Because it was so hard to come by at one point in time.
Birthday cards and cross out the names. Like,
yeah. It just so many different
boots,
things that were saved.
My muck boots were snow boots with plastic bags tied around them. Like,
you didn't throw away jars.
No. You don't throw away anything, dude. It's like,
all that.
And it's like, of course, great that we live in a comfortable society now. Like, even if you're homeless and you can come up with $11 a month and can have a checking account, you can go into any Planet Fitness and take a hot shower. Like, and I know, like, that's a whole nother dynamic, but
but the level of comfortability in being even homeless nowadays versus 50 or 100 years ago.
Yeah,
you
wouldn't be living in Michigan.
Right. You're more well taken care of, for sure.
Right? And so I don't know, man. I mean, it's obviously like a hard thing to just tell people. It's obviously a really hard thing to just tell people and like look at them and just be, okay, fucking be grateful.
Yeah.
But it's like the dude at Izzy's where I'm just like, have a good day.
Yeah.
Just
right. I mean, that's the key, right? To make sure that you're in a decent headspace is bringing it back to the things that you're grateful for, especially if you're not doing well.
It's a complete mindset shift, though. It like catches me in it all the time, and it's always like I'm, when I wake up in the morning, I'm go go go. So I'm like, she's like, "What do you have to do today?" And I'm like, "I got to do this. I got to do this. I got to do this." And she's like, you get to do this. You get to do that." And I'm like, "Well, I have to do this." And it's like, "No, you still get to." And I work, like, the vocabulary matters. And especially when you're like speaking it into the universe, speaking it into your own reality.
Yeah.
it's the same thing as like when you're doing affirmations and stuff in the mirror. Like when you're speaking something out, it resonates back to you the way that you're saying it.
It all holds power.
And so even if you don't believe it, saying it matters. And saying it the right way is what really matters. But this whole thought pattern of like, you know, that helps, or that hinders this process of trying to like slow down. Right? Like we're talking about earlier with someone's in such a rush.
Yeah.
Well, now I'm starting off the morning and I'm like, I got to do all this stuff. Well, what am I doing? I'm racing.
Yeah.
I'm, you know, I don't anymore, but like I used to ride people's ass to fucking zoom around them only to get to a site. Like you said,
same place,
3 minutes,
same light.
Earlier.
You get up to the same light or stop
and then
sign.
You have like the same feeling where you're like, I'm not getting stuck at the same light because I'm going to look like an asshole. So then you blow through the fucking red light.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it starts with you.
Yeah.
Like the whole process of fixing the shitty things that happen in the world starts with you. And like you said before, it's hard to tell people like you have to be the change, but you have to. And we're not perfect. You're not going to be the change every day.
Yeah, absolutely.
But if you want the world around you to be better, and if you want to see more light than you do see darkness, then it starts with you just making a simple action of just being a good person,
being mindful, being kind,
putting good things out into the world. And it, you know, it's not like you have to walk around with daisies in your hand.
But the same thing goes for, there's been times when, you know, I may see someone that I don't know, and they might smile or be friendly. And then, you know, it's
the ripple effect.
Is kind of, you know, I know there's like, there was a commercial once upon a time, and I've seen a bunch of different things.
Oh no,
that,
how
like,
old are you?
Kind of, you know, have that ripple effect, you know, and it goes for being kind to each other also. There's many times that I've been in a place where somebody's been kind to me, and it's made me, it's filled me up and made me feel so good going on from there, you know, throughout the day. So
I really enjoy, like that, you know, Cass is such a great person, and like she'll do that for people. You know, like we'll be walking through a store. She's like, oh my God, I love your sweater. Yeah. And like, she obviously genuinely means it. But you can tell, like, it literally snaps them back. And
people aren't used to outward kindness. It seems like they're much more on guard.
And I think that a lot of people, you know, everybody thinks like everybody's worried about what you're doing. Nobody has any idea. It's that same thing I brought up. It's like, you know, months and months ago, that guy brings this, you know, girl up on stage. She's like, what do you think that they're thinking about you right now?
Yeah.
And the lady goes, I just like really want to know where she got that coat from. I really like it. And she's like, and she was like, well, what did you think? She's like, I thought she was judging me based off of my face.
Right.
Like, no, that's not the case. And then he goes to this guy down in the front row. He's like, what do you think he's thinking? Like, I just think he might think that I'm boring. And he's like, honestly, I was completely disconnected. I don't even know what you said. Yeah. And it was like that right there. Everybody lives doing that like 70% of the time. Everybody's in their own head worrying about what they have to do for the day, worrying about what how they're looking to reality instead of just being like, just
absolutely
like, just find yourself again.
In a lot of different methodology, you know, a lot of different philosophies and methodologies of thinking, whatever you want to call it. It speaks a lot on mindfulness and how people are kind of worried about themselves and not, like, we're all in our own kind of bubble in our own world, and we can choose to interact and commingle those with other people. But at the end of the day, most people just biologically are focused on what they need to for themselves.
Yeah. Why would you not be?
Yeah.
There's human nature to be able to focus on yourself and survive for yourself.
Consciousness.
Yeah.
There's a couple of books by Don Miguel Ruiz and Don Miguel Ruiz Jr., like The Mastery of Self. Four Agreements is another one. I really like those books and the way that they frame kind of how people are thinking about the world and themselves. And it kind of, those books I really enjoy. They kind of put things into perspective. I mean, there's lots of good books. I could name off a whole bunch of them that fall in line with that.
Start.
But yeah, Yeah. Well, there you go. There's 2 right there.
Yeah.
2 great books.
What are you reading right now? Audible or whatever?
Right now, so I've been listening to the Bible.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We did talk about that in the last one. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like,
are you listening to anything else in the meantime, or are you just trying to focus on that?
I've also been listening to a Joe Dispenza book.
Okay.
And I can't remember the name.
12 Pillars, of course. That's a monthly book.
I think the one I'm reading or listening to is How to Break the Habit of Being Yourself.
Okay. I don't think I've
something like that. Joe Dispenza. I'm close enough. People would be able to figure it out. But 12 Pillars, that's a great book. I've been listening to that also. I'm looking at what I need to read physically.
All the guys are going to be done listening to that book. By Monday.
Are they actually listening?
I don't know. Everybody better be done by Monday. Yeah. It's literally a 2.5 hour listen.
Yeah.
Or 3, maybe.
It's
a podcast.
Just to remind people if they don't know.
Oh, yeah.
We do a free book giveaway every month.
Yeah. Which I'll tell it on here. I don't care, but I am going to start doing that as a video instead of just a picture.
Yeah, that'd be great.
I'm going to go on, like each one of us can do it, or I can just do it. I don't care. But I want people to know that it's completely free.
Yeah, we pick a book.
It's 100% free.
We pick a book amongst our group, and we all read it. We're all supposed to read it throughout the month.
Yeah,
and then
we're working on that process.
We try to incorporate that into what we're doing and what we're vibing with. Yeah. Try to share that amongst our group, and then we do a giveaway every month to give it away to people that are into what we're talking about.
And it helps too when we're all reading it, because we're all picking up a little bit of stuff. Like there is stuff that I miss when I'm listening to books.
Oh yeah.
So I like to listen to them a couple times. And I've been trying to write things down, like especially into my notes and doing voice recordings and stuff like that. So, but yeah, I mean, those are obviously completely free. I don't know why, but I've been super into